Well, I told you I'd try to get back to you as soon as I could. As soon as I could. Right now I'm sitting in my truck and I'm going to show you what we're up against here and some of the things you can expect someday in the future. Before any of you get pissed at me, I did just wash my truck because it was like covered in salt. It's winter right now, so I didn't clean it the right way. I just rinsed it off. I'm only going to clean it once spring comes around because it's easier to maintain. It's not going to get salty all the time. Because all this snow kind of makes it really annoying to maintain how clean my car is. So I guess we'll just start on the interior and work our way out. So like I said, this is a 1998 Chevy K1500. Some small things I've done so far is put a steering wheel cover on. The steering wheel underneath isn't bad or anything. It was a little bit sticky, but that's because I'm a mechanic. My hands are constantly dirty. So I just slapped that on there. I like it because it's got that reflective blue. I tried to stick with the color theme of blue. Everything in here is blue. And just to show you how blue of a theme I went with, even the radio's blue. I've installed floor lights. It's kind of nifty. I put them blue to match the rest of the interior. Nothing too bad about it. I want to fix my fuel gauge because sometimes it may be cooperating right now, but oftentimes it goes upside down or it spins the other way. That's a fuel thing in my fuel tank that's under there. That's going to be a pain to fix, but I'm going to do it someday. The interior is nice and clean. I cleaned it about an hour ago. I hate it when my truck's dirty. I try to keep my truck very clutter-free, minus the can over there and the paper. I don't know what those are. Probably throw them away real quick. I've added some new floor covers. The other ones were blue, but they had holes in them. And I kind of like the orange on blue contrast. The carpet is in great condition. It's not dirty or anything. It's not got holes in it. It's not burned or anything. As you can see, I even have a blue charger cord with a blue plug-in. Everything about this thing is blue. I love this blue. Here's my center console. Just keep some simple things in here. I keep Gorilla Tape. I prefer that over duct tape. I have a toothbrush, a Sharpie, some toothpaste, some ibuprofen. So I don't keep much in here. I like it to stay organized. Glove box, I just keep the registration papers. I keep some previous receipts of my mechanical records. I kept my alignment paper in there for a while. I've got all my owner's manuals, and I've got a bag for my lug nuts. I don't know if you can see, but in there's a red speaker. Those are not stock. My uncle, who had this truck before me, blew the speakers out, so I ended up replacing them with my own. And I know little to nothing about radios and speaker systems, so I didn't get a very good set of speakers. I just replaced them with what was in them. Same specs. They're like a 250 something or other. Just like I said, I'm not a professional at this. But that's the interior. I love the way this blue is. I love everything about it. I keep it nice and tidy. I hate clutter. My grandpa broke this door handle, so he welded a piece of rebar to the pull rod inside the door. And that was not going to fly by me, so I made sure that I replaced it the right way. Replaced the plastic trim, replaced the door handle, hooked up all the locks, minus this. When I installed that, this quit working. No idea why. I'm going to have to tear it apart and look. That door handle, it was broken too. That actually broke while I had the truck. So I replaced that. That trim piece is still original. This is missing, but that really doesn't bother me too much. I can find one of those easy. When I got the truck, those mirrors were broken, so I had to replace those. I'll probably still make a video on those just to show you guys how to get them off in case yours break. Real quick, I need to apologize about this glare on my screen. My screen protector's cracked, so it's got a weird glare on it. Another thing that I need to do to this truck is replace the seat belts. Right on there, there's some fraying there. It's really bad through here. It's getting caught on that plastic trim piece right here. It's all gnarled and cut up, so it's really doing havoc on my seat belt. But now we'll get out and I'll show you the outside of the truck. I really love the blue of this truck. It's my favorite kind of blue. It is a metallic indigo, technically. I'll tell you guys more about that later. That Chevy light actually used to light up. That was a gift from my dad, but it was a cheap $10 light, so it didn't work for very long. When I first got the truck, the grill was broken off because my grandpa ran it into a deer. So all this grill piece is redone. I got all the lights for it. If you can look at it, the bumper is still set up on this side like I showed you in the last video. I've put some Canati Mud Hogs on. They were free. They're like a $900 set of tires, but my dad had them sitting around and said he didn't want them. They're still the same size that was original for this truck, so I didn't go any bigger. Cosmetic problems is that the hood is like purple compared to the blue on the fenders and stuff. There's a dent right here that I'm gonna work on pulling. There's a dent here. I just did a little bit of work on this with a regular hammer and a pry bar. It's not official, but I'll fix it. If you look from the side, the grill sticks out a little bit, but that's because when they hit the deer, it pushed the fender in. This right here is all banged up and scratched. Some of the chrome pieces on the badging and trim is all rusted and peeling apart, so I'm gonna fix that. I attempted some touch-up at one point. You can kind of see it here. There's like paint splotches on it. I just did it with a regular touch-up brush and it didn't work very good. This are all rusted out. There's a crack right here. I don't know why, but that led to the problem of this. So this moves around a lot in the bed so that he could hook ratchet straps in. I found him useful occasionally, but other than that, I really hate him. There's this monstrosity of a scratch right here that I filled in with touch-up paint, but it didn't come out very good. This tailgate is a whole nother story. There's a sticker right here. I painted over it just to make it kind of go away. I'm gonna fix that properly. This whole thing is chipped and rusted. There's a big dent right there. This corner, I think he jackknifed the truck and slammed it into the side of the trailer, so that's all gnarled. I tried putting it back with a regular hammer. Again, I'll fix it the right way. Don't get mad at me yet. Side of the bed rail is equally destroyed. I'll fix those. Up on the roof, it's really discolored. There's actually a little bit of a green tint to it if you look at it in person. And it's also really purple and green, so it's ugly. Right here, there's some scratches on the side of the cab right here. I'm gonna fix those up. There's a small dent right there. That one doesn't bug me because it doesn't have paint removed. That's all the things that are wrong with it, things I'm gonna fix. It's also got a leak on the front seal of the engine under there. I'll fix that. But the thing that I recently added to this truck was these black Moto Metal wheels. They're called the MO971. I love how they look on the truck. A lot of people have said the same, and some have had their opinions voiced that they don't like it. But it's my truck, and I love it, so suck it, people. The reason I love these wheels is because they stick the wheel out of the truck, so it gives it like a nice bulky stance. So there you go. That's the truck that we're going to be doing projects on, and hopefully one day this thing's going to look like it just rolled off the factory. So there you go. That's my truck. Its name is Posse, by the way. The Posse, because it's got POS. Huh? Get it? But besides that fact, it's not going to be a POS for long. I'm going to fix it up real nice. I love that truck. So if you guys are excited, stay tuned, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.